Hi, Andrea. Welcome.
We'll let her get connected to audio here.
Hi. Can you hear us? Okay. You want to nod your head yes if you can, and no if you can't. She can't hear us because she didn't hear that.
You don't have audio. There she is. Now
There
she's got audio. Woohoo!
Hey,
Welcome,
ladies.
welcome.
How is everyone?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
Good, good.
You look beautiful today.
Thank you. You all do too.
Thank you. So good to see yours too. You want to start us off, Brenda?
I do. Thank you. So welcome to Solutions of Recovery. You could be anywhere right now, but you chose to be here. And that says something about what you're trying to accomplish and what you're searching for in your life. It shows that you are committed to receiving your healing and receiving your recovery. And I just want to acknowledge that I think that is very beautiful and very amazing that you're giving yourself this opportunity to heal and to remember that love is all that exists. So I want to go over our core principles or solutions of recovery, our first four, which there is only 4 core principles. So it's not the first 4, it's just the 4. So the core principles are, number 1, we came to believe that love is all that exists and that we are love. Number 2, we surrendered our belief system about ourselves to love. Number 3, we remembered that we were created in the image of a divine creator who is love. Number 4, we remembered we are love and can be nothing but love. And those are the 4 core principles of Solutions, because we believe here that love is all that exists and that love triumphs everything, right? Love wins all. There's no power in this universe that can defeat love or that can take love away from you. So that's why these are our 4 core principles. So I am going to turn it over to Sarah Jean to open us with our invocation. And again, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Pastor Brenda. It's such an honor to be here with you guys. Love you all so, so much. I just want to bless this room, bless you guys. And with this invocation, I hope that you receive it inside of your heart through the Angel Wisdom books and this teaching. It's plentiful is the distinction today. And the angel reminder is that the angels provide a plentiful supply of heavenly love. So what does plentiful mean? It means that there is more than enough. And when God and the angels give it to us, they give us more than we ask for. Please realize that you have plenty of beauty, plenty of love, plenty of happiness, and plenty of joy. And it is available to you at all times in an endless supply. There is plenty of creative energy for you to use to make your life interesting. Exciting new adventures are in plentiful supply for you to experience. Money is even plentiful. You only need to know how to make it. Plenty of friends are waiting all around the world to meet you someday. And you could never run out of angels' help to make your life full of meaning and blessings. So what do you need in your life that is right now, that is in plentiful supply on the planet, but meager quantity in your life? If it exists, you can have it. If you need something, ask God and the angels to help you co-create it. They will always make sure that you have more than enough if you are willing to accept it. An angel reflection, and please repeat after me. I've got plenty. And amen. And so that is. Okay. So just please, 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 if you have anything that you are feeling right now, let it go and know that you have plenty. And so it is. I'm going to pass it back over to Pastor Brenda. We're going to go over week 5, and week 5 is about what is possible now with the truth and your truth, past the limiting beliefs that we have carried about ourselves, and what's possible now with our new truth that we are plentiful. Okay, so here we are. Give it up for Pastor Brenda.
Whoop, whoop. I was giving it up for myself over here, y'all. Whoop, whoop. No, that was just a little funny. I get silly at times, and today has just been one of those days, you know. I'm plentiful in silliness today, right? And it brings out the joy and the beauty in life when you're plentiful in yourself. So today's lesson, week 5, is what's possible now with your new belief system or your truth about yourself. In our old belief systems, we didn't see possibilities as an option. But now that you have your truth, what is possible for you? So this is the question for the week that you will ponder upon and answer for yourself. You can write it in your workbook, of course, or you can use a notebook and keep notes from your workbook. I highly recommend doing that, getting yourself a notebook, keeping notes from your workbook, and any feelings, thoughts, or actions that you can take to self-facilitate integrating this week's lesson into your being, right? So, and taking notes and writing all that down really helps integrate that into our being, because it helps us remember. It helps us remember our truth. So I'm going to open up for shares, and so the question is, what's possible now with your new belief or truth about yourself? So I'm going to open it up, and you just unmute and please share.
I'll go first.
Woohoo, leaders go first. Thank you,
Yes,
Sarah.
of course. This week has been a roller coaster ride. There has been many things that have been happening, and some of them are not easy to go through, right? Like, we have a lot of family, a lot of things that are going on in our lives that bring us to an awareness about what's affecting them and what's affecting us. And it's powerful to see how I was so strong in those moments where I could have got myself so involved in certain areas. My daughter, she had, my niece, and ended up talking with my daughter, and was, going through this like bullying and so she went to my daughter talking about it and what was affecting her and all this. Well, my daughter decided to take it upon herself to message this girl and sent a bunch of mean, hurtful things to her. And it was really hard to hear some of those things. But as I remembered, everything that we speak out of our mouths is actually what's going on internally about ourselves. And I was able to see what was really bothering my daughter and what was really hurting her, and about how this bullying had happened to her. And that it's not okay. And that it's not, I'm not trying to excuse her behavior, and I'm not saying that it's acceptable. I'm just saying, how can we look at it with new eyes and with love and with all of us together? And it was really difficult for me to see some of those things and what was paining my daughter. But I found this inner strength within inside of myself when I was just asking God, please just be here with me. Please let me see this as love. Let me, understand. And I got everyone's perception, and without being with my own drama inside of it, it was where I was able to see love. Right. And my daughter ended up opening up to me and describing all the things that had happened to her. And I was still very strong. I maintained this strong beauty about it all. Though I had to see where this was also inside of me. Because if it's reflecting in my reality, where did this happen to me? And where was I passing this on to my children and to the people around me, and take responsibility for what was happening in my life? And I sat in a meditation and I asked God, please help me release this out of my body. Help me not continue to teach this to my children about, keeping that pain inside and passing that pain on, right? Well, when we're self-sabotaging, even in our thoughts, when we're mean to ourselves, when we're saying those things to ourselves, it gets passed on, right? So how can I see myself as how God sees me? And I was able to get that truth. And that I am his child, and that I am love, and that I can do this with the light of love, and that I am not those things that I told myself, and that it really truly shined so I can be there for another. And that was my daughter, and not to pass those things on. So what is possible for me now? Everything, to be honest with you. Anything is possible once you can break those limiting beliefs about yourself. So thank you so, so much. I love you guys.
Oh, thank you so much for that share, Sarah. That's so beautiful. And Andrea, is there a new possibility that's opening up for you with releasing your limiting beliefs that you would like to share with us?
I that was beautiful. I appreciate all of that experience and you sharing that openly with us. I don't At this point I don't have something like coming up specifically for me. I just feel a sense of like broadening, like expanding, like endless possibilities. And I don't really want to speak on this very much. It's just something's come up for me that is about speaking truth like in a very large way. Like, so Sarah and I spoke about, I'm glad you refreshed my memory the other night, Sarah, about the religion that I was raised in as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And there was a constant teaching of like, this is the truth. Like, and that's how my mom will speak. She's like, I know even, after 50 years, all the more so that says that she believes it's the truth. And there's this idea that just it'll flow to me like every once in a while of bits and pieces of different religions of why they play a part in the whole awakening process, that they're all there for a reason. Positive, negative things like aligning and certain things serving, and other things like being a reason to like be another, like it's like a challenge for me to describe. It's like a concept thing that just it'll like come to me, and it makes so much sense. And a part of it is knowing my truth of that I am love and we're all connected. When I was disfellowship, though, there was a freedom taken from me where I couldn't speak. Like it wasn't just that we couldn't be around those who practice the religion, but also when I went to the church, what they call it a kingdom hall, I would sit there and not be able to intermingle. Like I was told not to speak to anyone. And I just been researching a little bit every here and there, and I talked to an advocate about it. I want to speak up for those. Like that was a lot. Like And I know it all happened for a reason. I know it did. I just have this strong intuition that at some point that I will use my voice to speak up about the freedom for us to use our voice and how we are all one. And I even called my mom a few weeks ago when it was during my relapse, and I don't know, like I've shared with both of you like certain things that were like channeling through me, and I asked her if I could go there to like write and present to her my beliefs about the spirit, and she could like almost like put it on trial, like show me what she believes, and then I show her what I've learned from my experience and how I'm waking up to these things. And I want to truly believe that the possibility of I keep thinking courts and stuff, but it's not about money. It's about speaking up for those who, especially young ones who like have their family and they're like, I was baptized at 13 and people are disfellowshipped at a young age and they don't communicate and have that connection with their family, and we're all connected. And I want one thing that you mentioned about in the reading earlier about wanting is I want more connection. I want more people in my life that are bright and that we charge each other, we see the best in each other, and getting to know people in this Jackson area, and I'm grateful to be tuned in with you all, and I want to be that here. And I just think that it's a great possibility at some point for me to speak up for those. And I don't know what it would be. I mean, God, show me the way, because it's like to take away our voice, I don't know. It's freedom of speech, freedom of, how can a religion say that you can't talk? Like, and it's all a part of me being able to use my own voice. Like, it really is. And I'm doing my thing of like doing responsibility things and understanding my responsibility again. But I have a strong sense of like wanting to take action and be a part of something great. Like I looked up earlier if there's courts in other countries that are, talking about it, and I don't know what aspect that they went. And I didn't know all this was going to come up right now. I just kind of like, thank you so much for being here and loving space.
Andrea, I want to just stop you just for a second. And I just want to close our eyes together, and I want to take a deep breath in together, okay?
Okay.
You have a voice, and it's a powerful one. That you are beauty, that you are love, and you have everything that you need right now, right here. And that with this new truth that you have, Andrea, how will you use that to bring freedom and harmony and balance to our communities? Because you are that light. You are that love. And you have plenty. And the angels and everything is right here, right now, working for you. And that it all happened for a reason, for you to be here, right now, and for you to open up with that power and that truth right here to go do what you are set here to do. I believe that, and I know it. So you don't have to want any more. It's yours. So own it and say, I have that right now. Put your hand on your heart and feel it. I have that right now.
I have that right now.
And I trust in you, Lord. to show me the way.
Show me the way.
And so it is.
So it is.
Take another deep breath in. And let all that past go. How does that feel?
I feel strength and purposeful and present.
Mm.
I do believe it'll be.
It takes courage. It takes courage, honey. And for you to go to your mom while you were in a relapse, I see that courage. And to be able to speak your truth and say, hey, look, this is, what I believe. And to the people that you believed took away that voice, to be able to stand up for your voice and even be judged by people that judged you.
Yeah.
And you are not judged by God. Sins have its own way of beautifully doing that to us already. We are already going through enough. We don't need to be shown any more of what we're doing to ourselves. We already know exactly what we're doing. Though it's all working for good and it's all working in our best interest. And right now we're going to see better days because we are being that change that we wish to see, because we're only healing ourselves together. I did not heal you. You chose to heal yourself. You're choosing that path for yourself, and we're all doing it together. I'm no better, I'm no worse. We're all in this together as human beings, but we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So how can we, not judge ourselves so harshly? How can we be vulnerable enough to share our truth with an authority that God sees us differently and that we are children of God and that we change today and that we do not need to have those titles or those labels anymore? They have served their purpose and they are done with and they're in the past, because right now is all that matters. And how will we liberate and bring freedom to the people with harmony and balance like you so desire? Because they need that. They need you. They need that beautiful purpose and energy of Andrea. That one I see right now. I love you.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you for sharing your possibility with us. And not only is it just a possibility, but as the angel reflection reminded us that our desires and our wants are plentifully fulfilled, right? So they're fulfilled within plenty. There's so much to go around, and we receive ours and we get enough to give to others, right? So it's plentiful. We're never going to run out of our truth, and we're never going to run out of love, because it's plentiful in this universe. All we have to do is drop within our hearts to find that love and to find that truth each time that we're confronted with a lie or a perception about ourselves that isn't who we are. So in those moments, it's plentiful. We don't have to struggle. We don't have to strive to find it, because it's plentiful. It's sitting right there waiting for us. And I think that is the most beautiful truth that we can receive, is that none of us are lacking anything. You're not lacking anything that you need within you to be able to use your voice. Your voice isn't lacking one word that the Creator wants you to speak. It's already there, and it's there in plenty. It's there in a bounty for when the time is right, when it's God's divine moment. It's already there. So we don't even have to search for it. right?
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we're going to try to get a breakthrough in this evening too, because normally this would just be a breakthrough evening on Fridays. But Monday we had some technical difficulties and I was under the weather and asleep, so I wasn't able to assist to get the meetings open. And I do apologize for that, you guys. You know my heart, and you know Sarah Jean's heart is to serve you and to assist you in remembering your truth. And so I just want to put this apology out there for you guys that, you know, we love you and we see you, and we want you to see yourself for who you truly are, right? And that's the creation. That's what Solutions is created for. It's so you can see you in your truth. And breakthroughs are a big part of that, because each time we break through a limiting belief about ourselves, we receive a truth about ourselves too. We're not just releasing a lie, we're also releasing a truth back into us. And that's the most beautiful part of the breakthrough process for me, is being able to receive that truth. So I want to make sure that if you are needing anything, or if you're going through any current situations right now that limits your ability to see your truth, we want to address those this evening. So if there's something that you're currently experiencing, let's get it out here on the table and let's get it released. Do you um
I'll go first. I'll go
okay.
first.
Okay.
um, so my limiting belief this week earlier, which I was able to go through a bit of a breakthrough with that, but we can always use more, is that strength and that courage, right? To be able to go through certain situations, because I got this beautiful message from Hugs from Heaven. It's a tarot reading platform that is on Facebook. And she's just got so many raw, real conversations about what's happening in the now, what's happening, you know, through spirit, and how she's connected with that. And she owns her power so well and so great. And I just love what she has to say. And she said to, you know, everyone, is that showing strength is that if they don't have that inner strength, right? If someone doesn't have that type of inner strength, they're going to use that to defend that part within themselves, because they don't think that they have it. So they're going to project that onto you, and they're going to prosecute you because you have that in yourself, and they don't have that. So they're going to try to keep you where they're at. So it was a huge thing to see that, right? And it's just like, I don't have to defend myself anymore. I don't want to defend myself anymore, but I found myself in certain situations with my family where I was, right? And it was just, I could see my energy changing, right? It wasn't like I was trying to believe it with my mind, because I reframed my mind a lot, but my energy was shifting into a project, and I saw that, and I started to see that. So I know that I could always use more strength, even with my energy, to walk away from situations. And right when I'm starting to feel that energy rise up, how can I walk away and say thank you and appreciate and just respect both of ourselves and appreciate our roles a little bit more in that space? So if I could do that, that would be amazing. So I'm going to put that out there as a prayer, and I would like to get a breakthrough on that, just to have a little bit more inner strength to honor myself, honor the other person for teaching me how to walk away, and to ask God in those moments to, you know, be that kindness and be that love, and be that generosity for all of us, and to walk with courage every day like that. So I would love that. Would you like to lead me through that, Pastor Brenda? You're on mute.
I am muted. So I'm switching areas of the house real quick. I apologize.
That's okay.
Here we go.
I acknowledge you trying to get a better space so we can, you know, have more
Yes.
focus and direction towards each other. So I honor you for that. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Now that I've moved rooms, I'm going to have to turn my background off so I'm not all blue. I'm all blue blotchy. Okay, thank you. I am also experiencing some of the same that you are, Sarah Jean, with all that. So I love that you are open and that you share your heart with us, right? Because just like Sarah said earlier, we're no different than you are. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we each go through things in our life and in our homes and in our jobs and in the world around us that affect us, right? And even even as we apply this work, new things come up, right? And so there's no like one person is better than the other, or one person's more healed than the other. I'm not any more healed than Sarah Jean is, or than you are, Andrea. And likewise, Sarah Jean is no more healed than either one of us, right? We're all in this space together because we're all the spiritual beings having the human experience. So I love that even as leaders, we can open ourselves and we can be honest and we can still receive truth, right? And that is a part of being a leader and going first and receiving that truth first, and starting the healing on ourselves first, right? Because if we don't go first, if we don't do this work, then we can't assist you in finding your truth if we don't have our truth. So that being said, I would love to facilitate a breakthrough with you, Sarah Jean. And I'm just going to close my eyes and drop into my heart for a minute and let the Creator create what He wants to in this moment for you and in this breakthrough for you. And I ask that He guide and that His words come through, not mine, so that your truth and your healing can be received from the highest and the greatest, which is love. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. Thank you for always being here for us. Thank you for leading us. Thank you for guiding us. And thank you for being our voice. Thank you for being our truth. So where are you feeling this resistance in your body, Sarah Jean?
Where I was feeling it when I was going through it was mostly inside of my gut. And then afterwards, when I was reflecting, it was within both my heart and my gut, because I wanted to have that strength. And I believe that courage is within the heart. But when I was in a state of like frozen, like, defense mode or trying not to respond or try to react with love, but my energy wasn't, it was coming from my gut. So I believe that was like a survival pattern. So I believe that it has to deal with trauma, you know, about not being heard or not being seen and not being wanted. And then having the courage within my heart to be able to see it as the creator does. So yeah, so it was in those spaces. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So I think what I'm feeling is we can walk through a resistance release pattern, and let's release the resistance to use our voice and to be heard. Does that feel like it will resonate and help you receive what the truth you're needing, Sarah?
Yes.
Awesome. Great. Let's all just take a couple of deep breaths. Because as we know, as we assist one in a breakthrough, we're all actually receiving it. So if you're watching this recording today or tomorrow, you are also able to receive this breakthrough. As we walk Sarah Jean through it, we are also walking ourselves through it. So repeat after me, Sarah Jean. I have the power of a surrendered mind and a surrendered heart.
I have the power of a surrendered mind and a surrendered heart.
Nothing in this universe can stop the power of a surrendered mind and heart working in unison.
Nothing in this universe can stop the power of a surrendered mind and a surrendered heart working in unison.
With every cell in my being.
With every cell in my being.
Let's say that one again. With every cell in my being.
With every cell in my being.
I release my resistance to use my voice.
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 I release my fear.
I release my fear
Of my powerful voice.
of my powerful voice.
I release my fear.
I release my fear
Of my powerful voice.
of my powerful voice.
I release my fear.
I release my fear
Of my powerful voice.
of my powerful voice.
I release my hate.
I release my hate
Of my voice being stifled.
of my voice being stifled.
I release my hate.
I release my hate
Of my voice being silenced.
of my voice being silenced.
I release my hate.
I release my hate
Of my voice being silenced.
of my voice being silenced.
I release my terror.
I release my terror
Of speaking the truth.
of speaking the truth.
I release my terror.
I release my terror
Of speaking the truth.
of speaking the truth.
I release my terror.
I release my terror
Of speaking the truth.
of speaking the truth.
I release my need
I release my need
to be heard.
to be heard.
I release my need 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 to be heard.
I release my desire
I release my desire
I release my desire to beat people up with my words.
I release my desire to be. I don't. That doesn't feel right.
What do you feel the desire is there?
To be. I think that desire is something that I would want. So I don't want to beat people up with my words. I want to be listened to.
Beautiful. So I release my desire to be heard.
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 I release my desire for others to listen to me.
I release my desire for others to listen to me.
I release my desire for others to listen to me.
I release my desire for others to listen to me.
I accept that I already have been heard.
I accept that I already have been heard.
And I always have been.
And I always have been.
By the divine creator.
By the divine creator.
I accept that I am already heard.
I accept that I already am heard.
And always have been.
And always have been.
By the divine creator.
By the divine creator.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And how
Amen.
is it true that you are heard by the divine creator and you always have been?
Because he always is watching and is always there, and I'm never alone.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, divine creator. Thank you for hearing us. Thank you for always being by us. Thank you for never leaving us. Even when we don't feel heard and we don't feel seen, you are still there, hearing and seeing us as we are in our full truth.
Amen.
Amen.
So grateful for you, and thank you for holding this space. Thank you for all of you being here with me and receiving this with me. I really truly believe that. So thank you.
You are so welcome. So welcome. And so on this resistance.
I just saw Christy. Hi, Christy.
I just seen she's here too.
Hey.
Woo,
Hey.
hi, Christy. So with this resistance release pattern, this was an example how we walked Sarah Jean through it. Now, if you're practicing these at home for yourself, you just fill in the blank, right? You fill in, I release my resistance to, and the to is whatever you're feeling, right? It's just like Sarah released her resistance to be heard, right? Because when we resist something, we actually bring more of it into our lives. Mm-hmm. So in releasing the resistance to it, we give it back to the universe so that we can bring in the truth that we are already heard and we are already seen. So you fill in each of these blanks with the fear and the terror and the hate that you're feeling inside of your body. And this brings that out and helps you release it as you speak it, right? And we do it 4 times because, 3 times the charm and the 4th time makes it stick, right? So that's the purpose for doing the 4, for repeating it 4 times each.
Mhm.
And I know that you guys know this, but I'm just explaining it for those that may be catching the recording later. So they can kind of, give these a little practice for themselves too, whether they're in the program with us or not, right? This is a tool that anybody can use at any time. You can use this tool in the middle of dinner. You can use it in the middle of work. You can use it driving down the interstate. You can use it anywhere you need it. And that is what makes these tools so powerful. None of them is unattainable or not usable in any environment that you're in, because you can use them within yourself.
Also in any time frame, and how powerful that it is that all 4 of us are here right now, and that they're going to feel the power and the magic of all 4 of us right now. Every single
Thank
one
you.
of us in this room. So I acknowledge you, and I acknowledge everyone watching this. It's just so powerful and it's so beautiful. And I wanted to just say just one thing of I'm feeling it through me is a power in the prayer for protection. If everyone can close their eyes with me and just feel into this. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. And wherever we are, whenever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is.
And so
Who is that by again?
That is by Unity Church.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that's by God.
that is
Yeah,
like
yeah, I know. I just knew, I knew it from so long ago, and I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I love that
It's
prayer.
a church for creative living.
Yeah.
And I got that from the Unity Church that was out in Florida, in Jacksonville, Florida, when I was out there. Yeah.
Well, I'm in my hometown, or yeah, where I'm originally from now. Headed back to the beach and went to go pick up my vehicle. I haven't had my own ride in over 2 months now. So, but anyway, and then find out that it needed work. Like they took it to one place to see about the work it needed, and they're like, "Oh, it's all good. $20 for checking it, but really it needs $2,000 worth of work." So I drove it. I was like, "This ain't right. The brakes aren't right. This and that." So my friends let me use his vehicle to ride back, and we're going through one because I moved from North Carolina, came to South Carolina, Greenwood, where I am now, temporarily, where I got really sick and got on bad, cheap street drugs. Thank God that did not have enough fentanyl or whatever, God knows what, to really, when I was about to took me down, right? But we are protected by that light. But it's like, it's just the weirdest feelings I'm going through. But I have a whole car full of all the clothes. We're doing one category at a time. My sister's like, I'm just so blessed, really. But just have a whole vehicle full of clothes right now. And I was like having these like temptations to want to like go to these houses, go to this house I used to go to, this old man, and be like, "Hey, I just wanted to bring you some groceries. I'm doing good." I had one dream where I went there. I'm not like tempted to do anything, but I feel like that's how sneaky. It's like a way, like just stay away. Like there's something like, "Oh, it's nice. It's good. You'd be helping them. They don't need me to help them. I don't have time for that. I have a work to do tomorrow in Charleston, but that's how sneaky. It's like, well, they would love that. blah, blah, like just some
Mhm.
weird thing. Or like, I want to go see my ex-boyfriend and be like, see how good I'm doing. Yeah, look how great I look now. I don't look like I'm dying. You know, it's like, maybe they'll see me if they drive by while I'm vacuuming out my truck. I'm going through it today. That's why I was late. I've been just like nonstop. I usually take a little nap because of this medicine, but I got to see an old lady friend I used to be friends with. I remember she'll always be my friend, but we used to work at Nature's Remedies together, and she's just so thrilled to see me. She's probably in her late 60s. We had lunch from about 3 hour long lunch. Her husband had heart failure too recently because of the shot. A lot of people are just having all kind of heart issues from that. So
But
if there's someone watching on that too, you can definitely, I'd encourage you to quit smoking cigarettes. It has changed my whole capacity of breathing.
I love you, Chrissy, and I really thank you for that. That was a really beautiful,
And
beautiful
man,
thing, and I love you so, so much. And you're so strong and so courageous.
Because
So
that
this
mindset stays strong.
It's a
This
beautiful
week
It is. It's
recognition.
intense. And last time I was here, I was like, I don't think I can stay here very long. I think I need to get out of town. I'm not bringing anything with me. It's okay. Now, I was able to go through some stuff, but I did see this one big old fat glass pipe, and I was like, it was brand new. All this stuff I'd got before, and I was like, why didn't I do like this? I couldn't make because I thought it was too fat. And I was like, oh, well, I could have done it like that. And I was like, wait, would that work? And I was like, whoa. When it's completely clean, brand new piece of glass, but like,
It's a trigger,
I was like,
right?
would it work? I was like, that would have
Yeah,
worked.
it's
Oh,
a
and I feel
trigger.
like, I was like, I'm having this weird urge, but don't feel bad. I don't feel naughty
Chrissy.
about it. I don't feel like I'm about to throw up because I think what has happened is I've cleared out all the addiction part. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like you're having withdrawals, you feel like you're gonna puke or
Mhm.
fainting. It's more of like a head thing now. Now I'm fighting this like mental war, or even just an on-scene spiritual warfare. And they're coming
Mhm.
at me. They're trying all these little, dig at my ego anywhere they can, even where I think I'm in my heart.
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
I'm
most
just,
definitely. And being able to
Right.
recognize this is very beautiful, Christy. And I
Really?
encourage you to
Thank you.
continue to
Thank you. And
to
having this
stay in
meeting
your
tonight
heart.
has helped me stay strong. So just know that too.
Well, good.
Thank
Because
you.
I love that you're recognizing these triggers and that you're not reacting to them, right? You could have went and took your friend some food because
Yeah.
he's an elderly man, and you could have placed yourself in that position, and you could have allowed your ego to trick you into doing that by saying,
And
oh, it'd
then
be
the
so good
temptation.
for him. Yes, and then the
I might have,
temptation
and
would
then I might
come.
have thought, oh, I can live, or God only knows.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
cannot, I'm
but you
not quite strong
recognized
enough.
it. You
And I don't know if I'll
recognized it.
ever. And why do I need to do that anyway? You know what I mean? Like, why do I feel like I
Well,
need to go over there? And I'm
what
like,
are
well,
you
maybe I'm
seeking
just
in
not.
that moment? What are you seeking in that moment right there, Christy? Because
That's
there's
what I'm
something
trying
that's
to
lacking.
answer right now.
That's
Yeah,
what's
I'm
something
trying to
that you're
talk it out
lacking.
and figure it out right now. Like, so
Right, but
if
we're
I
here for
am,
you. We're here for you.
yeah,
And we
so
would
just,
want to get you in a direction where you're not in a loop pattern so we can
so
direct
here's
you
the
and
thing.
guide you.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So like, if I did, that's why I'm trying to voice it out now. So what if I did go like, lost it, shit. Okay, so I was thinking like, I was like, well, I'm not ready yet to go there, you know. Like, but maybe I'll be strong. It's like I'm trying to prove to myself that I'm strong enough to be around anything and be the bright light and have on the full armor and be pure love, be love, stand in love, take shelter in divine love, and just be divine love, and that nothing can penetrate that, and that I can, and that's all I am and all I'll be. And I believe that at some point I feel I will be, and I feel like I can do that, but why put myself in that situation? Why do
Right.
I don't, and why do I feel the need to do it? Maybe to prove to myself that I am that strong.
Sometimes we use situations like that to actually set ourselves up
For
to
failure.
use, and we do it thinking, oh, I'm going to prove to myself something. But anytime that we have to prove something to ourselves, it's addressing a deeper limiting belief that we are not good enough, or we're still not doing a good enough job. So maybe let's dig in real deep and see where you're experiencing not feeling good enough in your sobriety right now, and just write about it, get it out. And if you need to reach out to one of us for a breakthrough around it, most definitely do that, because that's where our lifeline is, to get those breakthroughs and get those beliefs released so that we don't have to self-sabotage.
Yeah, but I feel like if I stand, because prior to ever being an addict, I was that light, you know, and I believe I can sense me getting back to that.
Oh yes, you've always been that light, right?
Right.
But without the pull, without the powers of the, you know, I have more awareness. I don't have the, you know, I have the clarity. I'm in alignment. I'm sober minded, and you know,
Pastor Brenda, I would love to share something that I went through, because I went through the same damn thing, Christy. And it was such a loop pattern that I was going in with my sobriety. And it's huge, and it still affects me right now. And so, and I really am so grateful that you brought this up, because it's so powerful. And it's what, you know, how I've been able to reframe my mind in those areas to not go do that again. And it was basically where I wanted to prove myself that I was better than them. That I was better than them. So that is basically putting myself above them, saying that they are pieces of shit.
I honestly don't think I'm any better than them. I think that that's where they're at in their life lesson. Like,
well, I'm saying what happened with me. I'm not saying that's for you. I'm not saying that's you. I'm saying what happened to me. I'm saying what I was doing in my
He was
mind.
in the Korean War, and he lost his wife
Right.
terribly. He's the happiest, kindest.
Right.
You wouldn't even think it affected him. I mean, I was like, you know, maybe that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to eat
Right.
pork chop, eat pork chop. Guess what? I can't. I
Right.
can't eat salt. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not that for me. It's really like, I think it has to do with like proving myself somehow, where they're going, look, Christy, you did do it. You are that strong. It has to do with me being
Right.
feel like I'm getting myself back. I feel like I lost so much of me. I think it has to do with self-love and just accepting all that. I think maybe I do. I want to show off somehow. Maybe I do want to show off somehow. I'm trying to.
So it's like you're basically putting for me, what I was experiencing and what I was going through in those rooms. I'm not saying that's you. I'm not saying that's anyone. I'm just saying what I experienced in that realm. And you can take what you want from it, leave the rest. The thing is that when I was going through that realm, I wanted to feel better than the drug. But I was using those situations knowing that I didn't want to use that drug anymore. But I would go back into that realm so I would be better than the drug. But when I'm going in that space, guess what I'm doing? I'm projecting that I'm better than those fucking people and making them feel like pieces of shit. And that's just the way that it was. And so I wanted to feel that self-love and that self-space, right? But I'm going to go back into those spaces and make myself feel like that and make them feel that way. No, I'm creating more of that habit. I'm creating more of that inside of me to make me feel like I'm a piece of shit.
Girl.
So that self-love of what I needed to do was recognize of what I'm doing and what I'm creating. I'm creating
like
more of
getting
those
higher
people.
than that drug. Good point out. Good live and learn on that one. Good pointer. Thank you for hearing me. I'm glad I could hear you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Oh my gosh.
It is that self-love. You're so right.
I wouldn't have looked at it like that. It probably would make them feel, you know, like, damn, you know, and then And
Like,
whether
oh,
it
I'm
did or
stronger
not, but
than
like,
you,
it's
I'm better
almost like
than you. And you're
I'm
going to
just
go
trying to get higher than
thinking
that
that
drug.
they
I'm
need
getting high
help,
off of
thinking
that,
that
like
something needs
addictive
to be done.
behavior.
And you're right. They don't need that help. They don't need you.
Mm-mm.
They need God and we need God. So when we're in that moment, we need to look to God and be like, God, please help me in this moment because I'm feeling like I'm weak right now because I need to go show myself being better than that drug or better than somebody else.
I know that he was like, well, when
Or that
Christy
they
come
need
here, when
help.
she prayed and sang, he said she brought church in here. I was like, well, I'd been feeling bad. I've been up all night, and I just started like, it was but right before I about quit. I was like, I know I'm gonna have to quit doing. I know I'm gonna have to go in. I'm like, I'm swelling, I'm dying, I think, and all this. But and my ex-boyfriend will hang out there. It's this old country town called Promised Land, and it was the land promised to the slaves. And it's this black community, and they're all old, really good people. My best girlfriend lived there all growing up, and I mean, I used to sleep in her great grandparents' sleigh bed and all this. So it was like I'm kind of like family, not really like it's not like a crack house or like I'm a prostitute. It's not like that. Not that I'm hating on anybody or trying to sound better. I'm really not. I'm just trying to paint a clear picture of truth on what it is. It's just like family. We all chilling. We all play cards. We'll even play cards, dude, and get out. Like, I don't know how many people are really this chill. But anyway, I mean, the last couple of times I was there, I was like, I couldn't even hardly hold it to inhale it because my heart was only working at 15% when I was sober. I mean, God, I could hardly inhale anything, let alone air, and he was trying to fix me food and things. He wasn't even eating, but my ex-boyfriend, I don't even know where I'm going off on this tangent. I totally lost it. But they were like, yeah, I know there's a Bible that's up there on the mantle. And he was talking to him. He's like, yeah, we don't talk about the Bible and God and stuff in here. And he's like, but I'm gonna tell you, man, Christy was here the other morning and she started having church in here for real. He's like, I could feel the spirit like I hadn't felt in so long. And he was like, oh, Christy will. And he's like, yeah, well, she allowed to because she's like on a different level with it. I'll tell you why, because I do want to live my life purpose. I do want to say, God, thank you for the breath of life. I don't want to take it for granted. I don't want to scoundrel it. I want you to take control of it. I'm going to release my will to your will. Thank you for your love. Thank you for these beautiful women in my life. Thank you for this opportunity for us to share and look at honesty and share truth and love. And when you said that, it instantly made me feel like, should I go over there and pray with them then? Should I take their hand? Why am I so obsessed? Is it just because I'm in town and it's like old patterns are coming up and old people I used to hang out with?
Because your greatness is shining through. Your greatness is shining through, saying that you need to be that voice, but you're trying to be that voice in a place where you think that people need help. And you need to look at them as that they're already whole and complete and that there's nothing wrong with them.
Right.
And you need to heal yourself.
Right.
That we're not
Thank
here
you,
to
sister.
heal no one.
Good
I'm not
God,
here
I
to
know.
heal
Tell
you.
me where the apple comes from.
You're
Did
already
the apple come
whole.
from
You're
the
already
tree?
complete. God
Oh,
didn't
it
say,
seems so
oh,
obvious. It seems like I should know the apple comes from the
you
tree
do.
type
You're just
thing.
remembering.
But I
You're
really
just
do need you
remembering.
to tell me that.
You're just
I
remembering.
so need you to tell me that.
Yes,
This is just a remembrance because we already know. We already know how to heal ourselves. We've just been denying it. And that literally the key to life, is your fucking doubt. It's when you're doubting yourself. Don't. And remember what God said. He said with authority and with a commandment, be light. That's in the Hebrew. That's in the Hebrew text. He says, be light.
Yeah,
It's already done. You're already going to be that light. It's already been written, so shall it be done. And he commanded it with authority. That's already what you are. You just have to remember it.
Yes, most definitely. So you guys were 10 minutes over, and I usually don't cut us off. No, it's beautiful, Christy. It's beautiful. And I held this extra space for you because I know that you needed to find your truth this evening, right? And that's what this space is for. It's truth finding. This is a truth finding space. You can always come to it, and your truth will always be here.
You are love. You are
so
light.
healing. It's so healing.
And you are
I'm like, how do I hear this
space.
recording? I need to repeat that what you just told me again.
You're in a safe space and you are so welcome and there's nothing wrong with you.
So all of our meeting recordings are on my YouTube page, Brenda L. Davis.
Brenda L. Davis. Okay. Oh, it's Brenda L. Davis. I haven't even been on your YouTube.
Okay, so all of our meetings are on there, and all of Celebrate You, that's what you came in on Wednesday night. It's another class that I do to learn how to celebrate ourselves, and those are on there too. And so there's so many beautiful tools in those videos and throughout each week's lesson. So please dive back into them, go through and review them, pull out what you need, write it down. I mean, anytime you need to feel the energy and the peace and you're not able to receive it for yourself, a great tool for me is to pull up these meetings. And I sat and watched them and I received the truth over and over and over again, as many times as I need it. And that's why we record these. So you guys can go back and get these truths over and over and over again. And sometimes when we're receiving our truth, we only get some of it because we get so engulfed in the first part of it. So we miss a little bit. And this way with the recordings, we can go back and receive it all in its entirety and actually feel it more fully in our bodies as the release comes through, right? Because we're not in that present moment right then.
Right. Yeah, and when you're forgiving yourself or forgiving something of the past or anything like that, right? It takes not just one time, it takes a practice. You constantly have to say those things over and over again. So everything that we do in our lives, we have to create a different type of habit, a different type of addiction towards our love and not our hate or the things that we want. So we are addicts, but what can we get addicted to in love, right? What is that addiction that's going to make our happiness shine more? What is it that we're so wanting to share with ourselves in the world? And how can we get addicted to that? Because we're really good at that, So it's a really beautiful thing to think about it in just a different context, that you are that and you are not that. Just celebrate it in a different way. And if you ever need anything, I know that all of us, every single one of us on this call, Christy, Andrea, Pastor Brenda, and myself, we all just want connection. We want to be there for you. We all love you, and you can reach out to either one of us. And I'm sure every single one of us would answer a call for you. And if you need any of my guidance or any of my help, you can reach me on Facebook, on Solutions of Recovery, or my personal one. Same with Pastor Brenda. And we're here for you anytime.
Oh, thank you guys. I love y'all.
Love you too.
Y'all can reach out to me too. I can help.
You always do. You already are. You're here. You showed up. Like, of course. I love you.
I love you too.
Guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming this evening. I'm going to stop the recording, and me and Sarah Jean have a very special announcement for you and Andrea. I think this is a beautiful time to let them know the upgrade we've added.
Yeah. I love that.